All right, welcome back, guys. Okay, so still talking about the basics. I did mention it starts with understanding how the web works. You move to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. With these two technologies, you can build a complete website. Although it's not going to have a lot of functionalities, or yeah, it's not gonna have a lot of functionalities because it's missing one element, and that element is JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is the programming language of the web. It's probably going to be your first programming language, and JavaScript is a big deal as far as tech is concerned. In fact, there are only a few things you can do without JavaScript in the tech industry, and learning it is, or starting with it as your first programming language, is a big plus. So what does JavaScript really do? It helps to add functionality to your website. So think of it this way: HTML helps you define the structure of your website. CSS helps you add some styling, add some visual appeals to your website, and JavaScript helps to add some functionality to your website. So when you click a button, something happens. That JavaScript makes that happen. Or when you are typing into a text box, something happens. You achieve all of that with JavaScript. Now, these are all the basics, right? This is all the basics. These are the strong foundations that you need to have, and this is where it all starts. Now, once you have this covered, you can now move forward to understanding things like command line, version control, and source repository. Now, these are all preparing you for advanced skills in software development, basically. So command line is another way to use the computer, and it allows you to interact with your computer through a command line interface as opposed to a graphic user interface, right? And version control allows you to maintain different versions of your code. These are really not programming per se, but there are tools that programmers use, and at this point you should start getting used to how they work and how to use them. Now, the next thing you're going to need to learn. Okay, so the reason you need to learn this at this point is because you want to have a way to kind of put your code. You want to have a place where your code can go to. So let's say at this point you've built a static website and you've deployed it to Netlify or Vercel or GitHub Pages. Now you want to have a source repository where your code actually lives, and from where you can make updates to it and basically continue to improve on your website, right? So now at this point you're going to have to learn a framework, a UI framework, usually Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS or Chakra UI. So these frameworks basically help to speed up development, right? They are built on top of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it basically helps you to do some heavy lifting for you, rather than you writing out all the components, writing out all the CSS. You can use these frameworks to speed up things. They are just basically there to help you, right? Now, it doesn't make sense to want to use any of this when you don't have a good understanding of this, because like I said, these are the foundation. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, they are the foundation on which these frameworks are built. Now, you don't have to learn all three. These are just different alternatives: Bootstrap, Tailwind, and Chakra UI. There are others actually, but these are pretty much like the popular ones and the ones I personally have experience with. So you don't really need to learn all three. You can just pick one, right? And there's going to be videos, tutorials on all of this, and just keep your notification open. And then you need to learn browsers. Now, browser is more than just a tool that allows you to surf the internet. Browser is actually a developer tool that you can use, or that can also help your development process. As a front-end developer, the browser is a tool, is a developer tool, and you need to learn how the browser can help you, specifically in debugging your code and making sure everything works as expected. So I'm going to see you in the next video.